afternoon from Jack Murphy Stadium in San Diego, California. The road to Super Bowl 22 stops right here. This afternoon, we're going to play the biggest football game in the history of Western civilization. Or for this year, anyway. The Washington Redskins against the Denver Broncos.
AFC の一色で第1位になりましたデンバーブロンコス対、そして NFC 東地区第1位ワシントンレッドスキンズとの対戦になりました。
Quarterback, number 7, John Elway.
Super Bowl 22 was viewed as a contest between one man and a team. The Washington Redskins and head coach Joe Gibbs were making their third Super Bowl appearance in the past 5 seasons, thanks to their cast of many. While the Denver Broncos and head coach Dan Reeves were playing in their second straight Super Bowl because of the superhuman talents of John Elway, number 7. Elway's skills were matched against Doug Williams-Hart. Cast as the Super Bowl's Rodney Dangerfield, number 17 was a quarterback who had not gotten the respect that he deserved after leading the Redskins into pro football's premier pressure event. The stage was set for the most stunning beginning in Super Bowl history as the Redskins and the Broncos braced for the ambush at Super Bowl 22.
Stay tuned for more Film Session. Welcome back to Film Session.
Spread black left slot. Leave 15X cut out Y sneak on one, right? Black left slot. Yeah.
On their first offensive play of Super Bowl 22, the Denver Broncos immediately demonstrated that there is no adequate defense for speed and daring.
Set hot!
Wide to the far side, 84, Ricky Nattiel. Shotgun formation on first down for Elway. That's a surprise.
Come on, John!
Red 98, hot!
Broncos will go right to the shotgun. First snap, Elway drops to the 35, and he's throwing it up the far side. Nattiel is open. Ball coming. Nattiel catches it for a touchdown. 56-yard touchdown pass. Elway to Nattiel. First Bronco plays. 13:03 to go in the first quarter.
The quickest touchdown ever in a Super Bowl was simply Denver doing what they did best. The first time Elway touched the football, he launched a 56-yard rocket to rookie Ricky Nattiel, who had streak passed Redskin cornerback Barry Wilburn.
Well, the Redskins are stunned. First horse out of the gate doesn't always win the race.
While Denver stormed out of the gate, the Redskins stumbled. Washington was suffering from an attack of nerves, while John Elway was attacking with nerves of steel. On Denver's second offensive possession, the Redskins appeared to have no answer for the AFC's top-ranked offense and its multi-talented quarterback.
Denver in the gun again to Steve Sewell. And Sewell wants to throw the ball. Elway wide open. Here comes the pass. 25, 20, 15, and Elway dives to the 12-yard line.
A play that began as a sweep out of the shotgun formation turned into the first pass reception by a quarterback in a Super Bowl when Elway slipped around defensive end Charles Mann. With 3rd and 3 at the Redskins' 7-yard line, Denver's head coach Dan Reeves needed a play that would, at the very least, keep the drive alive. In a similar situation, when these same two teams had met a year earlier, Reeves had sent Elway on a quarterback draw. And when Denver successfully blocked out defensive tackle Dave Butts, the Broncos scored a touchdown. In Super Bowl 22, Denver would attempt this same strategy. Only this time, the Redskins were ready. Dave Butts, number 65, was involved in a crossing stunt with number 77, Darryl Grant, who slanted into the point of attack. This allowed Butts to have a clear shot at Elway, who was dropped for a loss. Denver settled for a Rich Karlis field goal and what seemed to be a valuable historical edge.
No team has won a Super Bowl game after trailing by more than 7 points at any time during the game. Redskins are down 10 here in the first quarter.
Kick it off for the 3rd time again. Sanders is deep, and he catches this one inside the 2. Turns, and he's up to the 10. Knocked down at the 17-yard line and loses the football. Big pile up and around the 15-yard line. Who's got it?
Though Denver believed they had the ball, after a frantic scramble, the officials ruled that Redskins linebacker Raven Caldwell had dug it out of the mob. Unfortunately for Dan Reeves, the replay only showed that the fumble had been caused by a punishing hit by Ken Bell, number 35. Once the ball was on the ground, several players had a shot at it. But when it disappeared beneath the pile, the replay was inconclusive, and the ball was awarded to Washington. Many would later argue that this play was the turning point of Super Bowl 22. But while Denver was denied an important opportunity, their defense never allowed the Redskins to cross midfield on their next 2 possessions. Everything seemed to be going wrong for the Redskins. Even the basics, like a 7-step drop. Late in the first quarter, Doug Williams slipped and twisted his left knee. Williams was ruled down before the apparent fumble. But when he tried to walk back to the huddle, he collapsed. It appeared as though it couldn't get any worse for the Redskins, until Williams' replacement, Jay Schrader, number 10, was immediately sacked by Carl Mecklenburg. Denver dominated the first quarter 10-0, and there was nothing to indicate that the Broncos were riding into the Super Bowl's biggest ambush ever.
Stay tuned for Welcome Back to Film Session.
As the second quarter began, quarterback Doug Williams had tested out his sore left knee and was ready to return to the lineup. Even more encouraging was the fact that Denver's offense had finally started to stall. After completing 3 out of his first 4 passes, Elway completed only 1 out of his next 9. Some were misfires. Others were caused by defensive pressure that allowed the Redskins to regroup. Washington's first offensive play of the second quarter ignited the most stunning 15 minutes of football in NFL history.
The Washington Redskins offense is back on the football field, and so is number 17, Doug Williams. Play action fake. Williams going up top. Got Sanders on the fly at midfield. He's gone unless they can catch him. The 30, the 20, the 15, the 10. Touchdown, Washington Redskins. Just like that. Well, Doug Williams and company light it up, and they're back in this game.
Yes, sir. We coming back. We gonna do it.
Obviously, they're going to pass. Williams to pass, lobs it up. He's got Clark at the goal line. He's got it. Touchdown, Washington Redskins. The Redskins have arrived. They woke up. He'll hand off to Smith, the deep back. Good hole. Midfield, horse race to the 40. Far side 35, 30, 25, 20. seen a virtuoso performance. Action fake this time. Faked out everybody. He's got Sanders in the clear at the 10. Touchdown, Washington Redskins. That's a new Super Bowl record. 4 touchdowns in 1 quarter.
Get another one right here.
Let's see. Do they go up top? Lobs it into the end zone. He's got Didier. Touchdown, Washington Redskins. Holy.
The Redskins scored 35 points on 5 straight possessions, and by the end of this unbelievable second quarter, everyone in the stadium had memorized the words to hail to the Redskins. Denver's collapse was as sudden as it was complete. Bronco defensive coordinator Joe Collier's unit had given up 5 touchdowns on only 19 plays from scrimmage and had helped to create a new Super Bowl hero. Doug Williams made the most of his moment in history. However, number 17 wasn't just the first black quarterback to start in a Super Bowl. For one magnificent quarter, he was the finest quarterback ever to play the game. This electrifying performance began when Bronco cornerback Mark Haynes crowded the line of scrimmage on the first play of the second quarter, and when wide receiver Ricky Sanders gained an uninterrupted release. Haynes was beaten deep by Williams' accurate throw. Bronco safety Tony Lilly arrived too late as Sanders took the ball in stride for a record-tying 80-yard touchdown reception. The Redskins needed only 5 plays on their second possession to take the lead, 14-10. Gary Clark's diving catch shocked the Broncos and put Washington ahead, 14-10. But this jolt was nothing compared to the second play of Washington's next offensive series. With Denver's defense slanting in the wrong direction, rookie Timmy Smith, number 36, followed the counter-gap blocking of his pulling offensive lineman. When tackle Joe Jacoby sealed up the inside, and guard Raleigh McKenzie buried inside linebacker Ricky Hundley, Smith was off on a 58-yard touchdown run that boosted Washington's lead to 21-10. Used very little during his 1987 rookie season, Smith had never started an NFL game prior to Super Bowl 22. From midfield on Washington's 4th possession, Williams threw another deadly accurate mid-range pass that Ricky Sanders extended into a 50-yard touchdown. Sanders would catch 9 passes for 193 yards on the day, a new Super Bowl receiving record. Super Bowl 22 had turned into a dream come true for one quarterback and a nightmare for another. Elway was unable to keep pace with Williams, and throughout the second quarter he was too often bold when patience might have served him better. Trailing 28-10, Denver's defense needed to rest, but on 2nd and 2, Elway was intercepted by Barry Wilburn, the cornerback he had victimized earlier for a touchdown. Elway's misfire ended Denver's hopes, while Washington marched on thanks to the tough and gritty performance of their former backup quarterback. Neither pressure from the Broncos nor a gimpy knee was going to keep number 17 from his date with destiny. In Super Bowl 22, the character of Doug Williams surpassed the achievement itself. However, Washington's performance was anything but a one-man show. It was simply the result of a team reaching perfection in all phases of the game. Following Wilburn's interception, the Redskins drove 79 yards in 1 minute and 10 seconds. When Williams found tight end Clint Didier, Washington scored their 5th straight touchdown. In the second quarter of Super Bowl 22, the Washington Redskins established postseason records with 35 points and 356 yards of offense in one period. Amazingly, this Super Sunday ambush had taken the total time of possession of 5 minutes, 54 seconds. By the second half of Super Bowl 22, Doug Williams had created his very own legend.
He's a new Namath. He's the most valuable player, too, isn't he? That's what really counts.
It would take a magical effort equal to that of the Redskins' second quarter in order for Denver to get back into the game. However, not even a magician like John Elway could make the 25-point deficit and Washington's punishing defense disappear. And rushed throughout the second half. John Elway didn't panic, and he didn't freeze. He simply couldn't do what he had to do to be effective. The Redskins' defense wouldn't allow it. With no threat of a running game, Washington blitzed a safety or linebacker on every big play, cutting off escape lanes and turning up the pressure. Elway was sacked 5 times and constantly hurried. Elway fired 1 interception to a wide-open Brian Davis, number 34. 2 more to Barry Wilburn, number 45. And when Denver managed to gain only 2 yards in the third quarter, the competitive phase of Super Bowl 22 ended.
Ladies and gentlemen, the orange has been squeezed.
For the second straight season, the Denver Broncos lost pro football's biggest game. Once again, they were forced to watch someone else live out their dream.
Most valuable player of Super Bowl 22 is quarterback Doug Williams of the Washington Redskins.
First black quarterback to start a Super Bowl, the first black quarterback to win a Super Bowl. I tell you what I hope Doug Williams does, Frank. I hope he puts to bed once and for all about the black athlete in professional football.
For Doug Williams, the Washington Redskins, and their fans, this triumphant story would be punctuated by another record-shattering performance.
I'd hand that ball to Timmy Smith, see what he can do with it again.
Here goes Timmy Smith on the left side. Good blocks, 40, 35, 30. Breaks it outside of the 20. He's to the 15 and pulled down at the 11. Holy cow, say the Broncos. Who is that kid?
Running back Timmy Smith, number 36, had been a surprise starter that Joe Gibbs hoped would give the Redskins some outside speed. Gibbs obviously got what he wanted. And by game's end, this rookie had broken Marcus Allen's Super Bowl rushing record by gaining 204 yards on 22 carries.
Snap, here comes Timmy Smith up the middle. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
Fittingly, Timmy Smith closed out the scoring as the Washington Redskins convincingly won the greatest prize pro football has to offer.
Hail to the Redskins begins here in San Diego. The football game is over. The Washington Redskins, for the second time in 5 years, are National Football League champions.
In Super Bowl 22, the Washington Redskins discovered a winning formula by mixing tradition with a dash of the unexpected. The Redskins of head coach Joe Gibbs and general manager Bobby Beathard combined skill and daring with a kind of fundamental football that invariably triumphs in pressure situations. It was a record-breaking performance by a determined group of men who ambushed the favored Denver Broncos 42-10 and earned the right to be called world champions.